really like to warmly invite Kamal to turn his camera and mic on and to talk about his HDR internship experience, which was such a successful project at the National Injury Insurance Scheme of Queensland. I'm just going to stop sharing my screen. There we go. And we've got you full screen. Kamal, over to you.
Thank you. I'm Md Mostafizur Komol. Hope you are doing well. I'm a PhD student at QUT Center for Robotics and also jointly with CSIRO Data 61. So my research area is robotics, AI, and also machine learning. So recently I have completed a HDR internship with National Injury Insurance Scheme Queensland and also Motor Accident Insurance Commission, MAIS, jointly. So it's I think to me it's a good experience understanding about industry engagement and how to collaborate with industry people and partner, and at the same time how can I develop my skills related to my PhD and also about industry and solve real world problem. So what's the benefit of internship? That's the basic question, like why should I do an internship? So when we discuss about this question, the first thing that comes to our mind, it comes to everyone's mind, like why do we need to do internship? We need a job. That's why maybe we need to do internship. But to me, I mean, like having a job only, and if we want to focus on internship just for a job, I think we are limiting ourselves. It's like we are like choosing something, or we are being ended up with something without understanding our potentials. So if you want to be an entrepreneur, an internship may also give you the necessary skills to be an entrepreneur too. So it's not like only just getting a job or making good relation. Yes, internship is a right opportunity to make good relations and understand, build up communication skills and develop industry engagement skills. And in future, it is not only just getting a good job, but also understanding the whole environment of job experience and job area, job professionals. But how can we also use that skills to be an entrepreneur too? Because this is also important for our life to understand our different goals in future. So I will discuss it later, but first I want to start with the motivation of my internship. So I will go to a bit of history or background before that. So before I start my PhD in this February, I completed my master's degree with QUT and in Center for CARSQ and jointly with Department of Transport at Main Road. So after I finished my master's, I was planning to have a job at the initial stage. At the same time, I was planning to have a PhD. So PhD is something, it's not like I want to randomly choose a PhD program. PhD program is also, it must be related to my interest. So I was looking for PhD program. I was thinking if I get a PhD that I really like to do, then I will choose. Or maybe I will end up with a job. So I also need an internship. So at the beginning, after I finished my master's, I tried an internship position through HDR internship. It was Queensland Gallery of Art, Coacoloma, and I presented my my skills and everything in the interview. And I think I presented successfully in the interview, and Susan was also there. But finally, I ended up being the second position. And it is quite common because it was my first interview for internship position. So we cannot just keep up with that. So I keep continuing, like searching for different positions and jobs at the same time, interviews for internship. And later I didn't find any internship position. I ended up getting 2 research officer position. And then later I started my PhD program, not starting with job, because I find like I'm interested in my PhD program. And I find it is interesting. So after I start my PhD program, I find another internship position which is available. And then this time it was with NISQ and MAIS, I mean National Internship Scheme and MAIS, and it was also on machine learning, which is related to my field. And this time I tried and it really worked. So I got the position for internship, and it was for 3 months, and it started I think around last June, I think. So I will say about the interview experience based on my experience of 2 interviews with internship. First internship, I had a lacking. I could understand that I discussed too much about the technical terms. So I think it is not always bad. It is also important to share my skills on technical terms, but also at the same time, because in internship board, there are different level of expertise people there. So we need to discuss many things in a very high level instead of a very lower level in detail. So that is one thing. Another thing is like in the second internship, I could understand that we also need to create an environment that the manager or the people who are trying to hire us, they will feel really comfortable to hire us. They will feel like, okay, this person not only can do the job, but also this person is very easy to communicate with, very easy to share information, and at the same time, like very easy to do the job with him, very comfortable with. So that is one good technique to how to beat the interview. And then after I start my internship, and then I want to discuss about the challenges first in short. So there are many challenges in my internship. Of course, it is quite common internship in 3 months. In 3 months, it is quite short time to solve a problem, and especially with very technical things like machine learning. So for me, of course, it was quite challenging. Initially, first challenge I find is like understanding the problem. So an industry has many problems in a broad sense, and not everyone in the industry may be expert on your own domain or on my own domain, like, because that's the reason they hired me. So they will try to explain things in one way, but I need to understand that things in my way, actually. So it's like understanding the problem because I'm trying to solve something based on machine learning. So when we discuss about the problems of the NISQ and MAIS, I needed to understand how that problem can be related to my machine learning technique, and how can I feed that information in the machine learning technique methodology, and how can I get the output in a way which is what they want, which is what the company want. So that was one good challenge for me, and I could overcome it very fast, I will say. Everyone was happy about that. And second thing is about the mind map, how can I solve the problem in this 3 months. So that is another big challenge, I will say, for the students who are trying to get an internship. They initially, after joining the internship, they should think about that, because if we just ended up getting too many things, and if we don't make the mind map from the beginning, that if I can complete that complete the task in 3 months or not, then it will be really difficult. At the end, I think no one will be satisfied. I mean, it's not like anyone will be satisfied. They will understand. But I mean, to be successful and everyone happy, we need to understand like how much task we can do in 3 months, and so that we can make our commitment in a way like, yes, this can be done in 3 months, and so that everyone gets happy when it is done in 3 months. So creating the mind map, like this specific task I can do in 3 months, and I need to know when I need to finish it, because there involve many research and innovation at the same time to solve a task. And other things is like a lot of uncertainties. When we start a task to solve in 3 months, say my expertise in machine learning, but when I'm solving with NISQ and MAIS, I'm working with business participant data. So to understand the data set, I needed to understand about business and how business participants communicate and how these things are considered and how these ethics and rules for considering this data set and their informations and their talkings and how they are categorized. These things needed to understand. So it is not only the machine learning, but also I needed to understand the business issues, also about health. So when we learn about two different domains, we need expertise, and we also need to go to people of different expertise to learn. So that is one good point. At the same time, I want to say about the thing I said about the entrepreneur. If we want to be an entrepreneur, we also need to know the overall point of view, how a company works. So that's why I say, like, when we are going to do an internship, I can simply sit in my desk and do my job. That is one way I can finish my task because of my technical expertise. Or the task is actually related to all the domains I need to know. A company have different domains. Say one is support planners who are dealing with the business participant. One is data expert team who deals with the data, who deals with the Amazon AWS and this type of things. One is with ICT teams who deals with computer problems or any network issues. And maybe there is also machine learning or AI related teams. So there are many different teams, and the problems I'm going to solve, of course, the part of problem, it needs my expertise. So I can sit in my desk and I will ask to the different teams, like, give me this, give me this, give me this type of information, and I will solve based on my expertise. Or I can go to all of these teams, communicate with all of them very politely, and I will also develop a very good communication skills with them. And also I will understand when I communicate with them that how each of the team is working. So when I understand how each of the team working, and I also get what I want from them, and at the same time, I will have a broad understanding how the whole company is working. So this is the point what a manager needs. This is the thing, this is skills, how a whole company works. This is the skills what a chief need to run a company, because a chief of the company, he deals with the, say, for example, the government, he deals with the politics, and he also make the company shape the company in a way, communicate with the whole different team of the company, and run the company in a way so that it is helpful to the government or the outside organizations as well. So that's why I say, like, the way we do the internship, it is also not only just getting a job and sitting my desk and understanding my task and developing my technical task, but also it is helpful to develop communication skill, at the same time, get a broader link with everyone, and also understand in a high level view of the all domain of task in the company, all the teams. And in future, if I want to be an entrepreneur, if I think like I will just open a big company, maybe I will need similar type of team who will be doing that specific level of task. And then I need to know, like, how to interact with the outside environment so that the task I do, the output I get, how can I sell that output in the real world problem? So that is one thing, like I wanted to say, like, it is also a challenging thing to understand all of these things. And other than that, I will say internship is like very helpful, like to broaden our connections. Say, for example, after I finish my internship, the model I created using machine learning was very successful. I think around the accuracy was more than 90%, and it is suitable for real world problem solving and to use in industry level, because there is some difference between academia research and industry situations. In academia, we focus much on the innovations, how to innovate like something never done before. To innovate something, we spend a lot of time. Actually, it takes a lot of time to innovate something. And sometimes we get something innovative and sometimes we don't get something innovative, but we focus on the methodology. But this is how we did. Maybe we get something innovative, maybe we didn't get, but this is our methodology. This is Nobel methodology, and we need our justification behind that. This is what we do in academia. But industry, it is quite different because our time is limited. At the same time, we need to find a trade-off, like not always the innovation, but also maybe some existing methodology we can use and get some good result. If we get 100% result, good result, or something we can sell, that is fine. Or if we don't get a better result, then we also need to focus on the innovations. So how much time we have to do that innovations? So we also need to consider these things because our time is limited very much in industry situations. And we also need to make a product which is quite accurate to sell in real world. So how much accurate we get, it is also very important industry level. And we also need to consider very wide range of product or wide range of data, for example, in industry level. And other than that, I think, say after I successfully completed my internship, I'm happy to say I ended up having a very good relation with my colleagues, my supervisors in National Insurance Scheme and Motor Accident Insurance Commission. And they're very happy, and they also gave me a recommendation letter as well. And yeah, I frequently also communicate with them, and I also make my relation with them so that I increase my broader communications, I increase my link, and so that they also have a well wish about me. Also, I have good concern, like I enjoyed a very healthy work environment there. Thank you. That was my opinion and viewpoints about HDR internship. Thanks.
Well, thank you so much. That was an amazing overview. And I think that you raised just so many fantastic points about how, you know, you can interview for an internship and maybe it doesn't work out and then keep going. And then also just that eagle eye perspective that you really, you know, went in and went above and beyond to communicate with all the teams and really understand their needs so that you could tailor your tasks and be able to complete the project to a really high level of satisfaction. And Komol and I were, you know, just speaking before the workshop began, and the industry partners were just so thrilled with you as a person, but also your expertise and the outcomes that you developed for the project. So I think that your point that you made to students is so correct about yes, having the technical expertise, but being the right fit as well, and making the company feel comfortable to, you know, take you on as an intern. And Komol got such beautiful feedback saying that he was such a popular presence in the office. And I know in our final internship presentation, they were like, we don't want him to go, we're going to miss him. And it was just such a successful outcome for the project all round. So thank you so much for that overview. I think that was really great. And I hope that the other students in this workshop really found some value in that. And I certainly think there were lots of golden nuggets of information to take away from that. And if you don't mind, Komol, we might just ask you to hang around till the end of the workshop in case students have any questions for you.
Anytime, just feel free to let me know if you have any questions. Yeah.
Great. All right.